I was asked this evening to demonstrate and to talk about roasted poultry. I'm going to probably say chicken a lot more than I say turkey, but this recipe works equally well for chicken or turkey or probably other poultry as well. How many of you have ever roasted a whole chicken? We'll start with chicken. Oh, a lot of you have. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And I expect everyone in the room has probably done turkey on more than one occasion. I was with a group of young ladies on Tuesday night and asked them about their plans for the holiday, and one said, "We're having a ham dinner. I don't like turkey, and we're not having turkey." And she just had her family wrapped around her little finger, so there would be no turkey in their house. The handout in your packet that goes along with this is the brownish one that does talk about perfect roast poultry, and we will be going through the recipe, most of the recipe that's here. We're not going to have time to make the gravy, but I will talk to you about making the gravy, which my family thinks is the best gravy in the world, and I'm sure that you will enjoy it when you make it too. Behind that, there are several pieces of information called Chicken from Farm to Table, and this is from the Food Safety and Inspection Service. Food Safety and Inspection Service. It talks about how chickens are kind of grown, how they're graded, different colors, what that means, how long you can keep it, to what temperature you should cook it. And so it's just some really good information for you to have available to you. Or if you don't want to keep paper, the website is there, and it'll be easy for you to just put in your search engine. I've also included for each of you a magnet that you can put on your refrigerator or wherever you would like to put it that gives you the safe temperatures for different types of meat, poultry, fish, eggs, etc. How do we know if those things are done? Is it the color? Is it what the recipe says? To be sure, you really do need to check the internal temperature. And we're going to be checking temperatures today on our chicken, but we really encourage you to use a food thermometer and follow these guidelines. So, we are going to start tonight with the chicken. And true or false? Is this really a question? I don't think this is a question on our clicker. Should you wash your chicken before you cook it? The answer used to be yes, but the answer is now no, because when I put this chicken in the sink and clean it, blood, whatever, swishes around, and now my sink where I'm supposed to be getting my dishes cleaned is contaminated unless I've cleaned it and sterilized it. And so now the recommendation is not to do that. They're cleaned before they go into the bag, and so you just start with the chicken and prepare it and go from there. So in the cavity, this chicken did not come with giblets or with a neck, but if it did, you could either discard those or you could put it aside for your gravy. And then we're going to start adding our vegetables and our fruit. The secret ingredient in this perfectly roasted chicken is a whole lemon. Cut the ends off, put it inside, and it just does amazing things. It keeps it very tender. I'm not sure what the food science is behind that. I bet some other people in this room probably do know, but it really works out perfectly. Sometimes if we happen to be cooking 2 chickens and only bought 1 lemon, we just cut it in half and it works out fine. But best if you can put a whole one in. And then you're going to put some cut up onions, some cut up celery, could be bigger than this or smaller than this. This is a pretty big cavity. Sometimes the cavities are a little smaller, especially if it's a younger chicken. Tonight we're using baby carrots, but you could use carrots from your garden, whatever you've got available to you. My dear husband used to tie these or put a skewer through it or whatever, but nothing has ever fallen out, so we just let it go now. Breast side up, consider yourself as if you're laying on your back. That's what the chicken's going to be doing too. He's not flying, he's the other side up. Okay?
You only stuff one end?
Yeah, the other end. I guess you could get a little bit in there. No, actually I can fill the lemon on the other side. The whole kind of goes through the whole way. So whatever, if you want to stuff it more, you can. Laura kindly is now going to put a little olive oil on my hands. Or actually just on the chicken. Okay. We're going to rub it. It's just going to make the skin come out really nice and crispy. Whenever we eat other kinds of chicken at my house, it's always skinless, but when we make roast chicken, we have the whole thing, and then the children are just like little baby whatevers asking for some skin when it comes off, because it really is nice. You can also use nonstick cooking spray if you wish, and that's even easier, and then you don't get your hands on the chicken. One of our big challenges with food safety is cross-contamination, where I touch the chicken and then I touch this, and then I touch the chicken and then I touch the faucet. And tonight, since you're all tasting, I'm using rubber gloves. I could just as easily run to the sink a few times and clean my hands really well. So what we're going to do now is put a little bit of fresh ground pepper. If you don't have a pepper mill, it's fine to just use regular pepper, but the fresh ground pepper is really nice. A little bit of salt. If you are restricting sodium in your diet for health reasons, you could leave it off, but it does enhance the flavor a bit to put a little bit of salt on it. And then our family really likes paprika on this. We don't use paprika for any other things, but we do like to use it on our roast chicken. Makes the color look really nice. Now, if you liked, you could put other things on this. You could put a little bit of garlic. You could put some other seasonings, whatever you enjoy. But this is Spencer roast chicken at its finest, and so that's where we're at. So then it would be ready to go into the oven, and Laura's going to show us the after. This is really not going to go into the oven, it's going to go into the refrigerator. And one of you lucky people are going to win the roasting pan with the chicken. Now it takes about 3 hours to cook, so you probably wouldn't have time to cook it tonight. But if you have it in foil in your refrigerator overnight, then you'll be just fine. So this is 3 hours. We've got just 1 minute left, so we're going to check our temperature. And it's on Celsius, so I'm not sure how to change it to Fahrenheit. Oh, now I'm a Fahrenheit. Woohoo! So you're going to stick it into the thickest part of the bird, but not against the bone. And what is the temperature that we need to go to? You all have 165. A few years ago, it changed from 180 to 165. Some people still prefer to have that higher temperature just to have the coloring and such that the bird has. And we have gotten to 181. Now some people that have eaten with us before just think this is going to be burnt to a crisp because it is quite dark, you can see. But it turns out perfectly with those vegetables and such. My time is up. Let me answer one quick question if there is any, and then we'll have time to visit at the end of our presentation tonight. Yes?
What's your thought on brining the bird?
Some people enjoy brining the bird, and I think that can work out very well. It does add some more sodium to it, but it really comes to a tender type of bird if you want to spend the time to do that. I don't think I would do it every day because of the salt content, but for special occasions, I think you should just go for what tastes best to you and your family. Thank you very much. you.